His is not a drill. $1 trillion, that's the cost of the most lethal air fleet in human history. And at the heart of this empire stand two titans: the surgical assassin, the F-22 Raptor, and the networked brain, the F-35 Lightning II. The question that military commanders dread asking is this: in a true, all-out war, which of these two American masterpieces is the most dangerous weapon system on the planet? We are diving deep into the battlefield data, the hidden software, and the real-world combat limitations to expose the absolute truth. You're about to see why the answer is far more complex than a simple dogfight. Let's begin our detailed analysis with the undisputed original king of the skies, the F-22 Raptor. This jet was engineered with a singular, terrifying purpose: to find, engage, and destroy any airborne threat before the enemy even knows it's there. The F-22 is not just fast, it is hyper-agile. Its two massive Pratt & Whitney F-119 engines deliver an immense amount of dry thrust, pushing it past Mach 225, a speed few pilots ever need to use. But the real secret weapon here is thrust vectoring. Watch closely as those engine nozzles literally redirect thrust independently, giving the F-22 a superhuman ability to execute near-impossible post-stall maneuvers that would instantly tear apart or stall any other fighter in existence. In the unforgiving environment of a close-range dogfight, the knife fight of the skies, nothing comes close to matching the sheer kinetic energy and instantaneous control of the F-22. It is the ultimate expression of the apex predator design philosophy. But the F-22's true genius lies not in its power, but in its ability to vanish. Its stealth technology is legendary, representing the peak of 1990s engineering. The F-22's meticulously crafted angles and radar-absorbing materials shrink its radar cross-section down to that of a tiny marble, or even smaller on enemy radar screens. This plane enters the battlespace completely undetected, strikes with lethal precision using its internal AMRAAM missiles, and disappears before a response can even be formulated. This ability to operate unseen defines the first look, first shot, first kill philosophy. The F-22 is the perfect deadly sniper. Yet despite its unparalleled air-to-air superiority, production was prematurely halted in 2011. The cost was astronomical, nearly $150 million per unit, and the world was beginning to change. But the F-22's dominance came with a crippling price tag, not just the purchase price, but the cost to keep it flying. The F-22 demands an almost astronomical level of maintenance. Every single hour the Raptor flies, it requires dozens of hours of maintenance on the ground. The jet's legendary stealth coating, which gives it its invisibility, is incredibly delicate. This coating is easily damaged by weather, rain, or even just frequent handling, requiring highly specialized, time-consuming, and expensive repairs after almost every mission. We are talking about a $68,000 cost per flight hour compared to the F-35's current, significantly lower rate. Furthermore, the F-22 relies on aging 1990s computer systems. When a complex technical issue arises, it often means grounding the jet for weeks while specialized, near-obsolete parts are sourced. This logistical nightmare meant the U.S. Air Force could never keep its small fleet of F-22s fully operational, forcing a difficult choice. Do we field an invincible jet that rarely flies, or a versatile jet that is always mission-ready? This realization paved the way for the F-35. This is where the new challenger enters the arena, the F-35 Lightning II. Unlike the specialized F-22, the F-35 was designed to be the versatile cornerstone of American air power, operating seamlessly with the Air Force, Navy, and Marines across multiple continents. The F-35's primary weapon is not its speed, which is limited to Mach 1.6, but its brain. It is fundamentally a flying supercomputer, a sensor hub that collects more data than any jet in history. Its revolutionary sensor fusion system takes information from its ASA radar, its advanced infrared distributed aperture system, electronic warfare tools, and crucial data from nearby drones and ships, instantly weaving it all together into one crystal-clear, 360-degree battlefield picture for the pilot. The pilot experiences this intelligence through the futuristic helmet-mounted display. This is not just a screen. The system literally projects real-time sensor data onto the visor, meaning they can effectively look down through the floor of the plane to track a ground target or look through the body of the jet at an enemy fighter. The F-35 uses this data superiority to stay one step ahead, coordinating the entire aerial assault. While it's significantly slower and less agile than the F-22, the F-35 excels at its crucial multi-role tasks, delivering devastating precision strikes on high-value ground targets and systematically penetrating and dismantling enemy air defense networks. Furthermore, its lower unit cost, roughly $80 million compared to the F-22's build cost, means the U.S. and its allies can afford to field hundreds of them, creating an overwhelming and distributed network force multiplier. To truly understand the F-35, you have to look beyond the airframe and into its software, the ALIS, Autonomic Logistics Information System, and the MADL, Multifunction Advanced Data Link. The F-35 isn't just listening to its own radar. It's acting as a giant Wi-Fi router for the battlefield. Using MADL, the F-35 can securely and silently share its complete battlefield picture, which includes the location of enemy air defenses, allied ground troops, and hostile fighters, with every other F-35, F-22 drone and Navy ship in the area, without ever revealing its own location. Imagine the F-22 Raptor as a sniper. The F-35 is the intelligence agency that tells that sniper exactly where to aim, what the enemy is drinking, and when they are blinking. This concept, known as force multiplication, means one F-35 can make 3 older F-16s deadly, simply by feeding them data. This ability to make the entire friendly force smarter is the single, undisputed edge of the Lightning II. We must also consider the future battlefield, which will be dominated by drones, specifically the Collaborative Combat Aircraft (CCA) program. In this new era, the F-22 and F-35 will evolve from being individual fighters into command and control nodes for unmanned systems. The F-35, with its superior networking, is perfectly positioned to become the brain that flies ahead, identifying threats and sending waves of loyal CCAs into contested airspace to draw fire or engage targets. The F-22, while still capable, lacks the open architecture and software flexibility to integrate seamlessly with these future drone swarms. Therefore, in the next decade of air combat, the F-35's primary role will be to command the drones, while the F-22's legacy will be a highly specialized, human-piloted interceptor used only when the mission absolutely demands its unmatched speed and stealth. It is time to decide the ultimate question. We must pit the pure dominance of the Raptor against the networked intelligence of the Lightning. We break down the true combat metrics. In close-quarters combat and raw agility, the F-22 remains supremely dominant. Its thrust-to-weight ratio and vectoring nozzles give it the pure kinetic energy needed to win any traditional dogfight. There is no question of the Raptor's mastery of the air. However, in information superiority, the language of modern war, the F-35 pulls ahead effortlessly. The sheer volume of data it collects, processes, and shares makes it the most lethal scout and information broker in the world. The F-22 is a dominant silent killer. The F-35 is the commander of the entire battle swarm. In terms of ground attack capability, the F-35 is clearly superior. Its integrated targeting pods and its capacity to carry a diverse range of air-to-ground precision munitions are far more suited to hitting stationary targets and providing close air support than the Raptor's highly focused air-to-air design. And finally, we look at numbers and logistics. The F-22 fleet is small, costly to maintain with its demanding stealth coatings, and often grounded. The F-35 is being mass-produced globally, is designed for easier maintenance, is more reliable, and represents the future backbone of the U.S. and NATO air forces. In the long game of high-intensity warfare, where numbers and readiness matter most, the F-35 wins the war of attrition. So, who is the true champion? The shocking truth, understood deep within the Pentagon, is that the U.S. military never intended for them to compete. They are not rivals. They are perfect partners. The F-22, the Sword, punches through enemy lines, using its stealth and speed to clear the skies of the most dominant airborne threats. The F-35, the shield and the network hub, controls the flow of information, acting as a crucial intelligence buffer, ensuring every friendly unit knows the enemy's move before they even make it. This dual-pronged strategy is the single factor that secures American air superiority. The F-22 Raptor may be the king of the dogfight, but the F-35 Lightning II is the master of modern warfare. And together they form a combined aerial force that will remain unmatched for decades to come. Now, we turn the final question over to you. Do you believe the F-35's advanced networking technology makes it fundamentally more dangerous than the F-22's pure speed and stealth? Which jet, in your opinion, is the single most dominant fighter ever created? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dive military analysis like this, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.